Right, hello. If you don't live right underneath a rock, you should have heard about a certain building competition for RWI by a certain Captain Jack. So, is a show and tell, I guess? Okay, here's a Spartan class. Frigate. Shiny. Ooh. Guns, yes. Armour, yes. And let's, well, show it off. It's a iron and hydrogen mix. Generally maneuverable-ish. The weight, probably makes it a bit more cumbersome than it could be, but it's generally square enough where you could probably rip out the interior and modify it as you will. Uh, you know, just rip it out, whatever you want in. Should be simple enough. And the guns are mainly placeholder because mods and stuff, but there are a few gun ports around base and top. Nothing too big should be able to be placed on, and probably if you can probably fit a big gun there if you mess around the wires, but it should be quite simple to actually build. Now, shall we move on to the interior and do a bit of a interior tour? So, as you saw before, there's an underneath hangar if you're not blind. I've even warning stripes to show it off, and the back landing pad which can fit my Pelican even, which is quite a surprise, saying that it's quite difficult to have a ship that fits this Pelican on, because it's quite a chunky Pelican. Anyway, let me just shift my Pelican out of the way. I was kind of just like, yeah, does it fit? It fits. So the fun answer is just shut that there. It's not moving. Right, yeah. So we have the back landing pad, which has got a little bit of blast door blocks, mainly for pit stopping, quick refills, and using the connector. Probably the main landing area, I would say, because it's probably the largest. I say probably the largest. It is the largest area. Guarded nicely by two turret spots. Ooh, ooh. And there's another one over here, guarding the front, and cover over, which is the, and also there's a bit of a blockage, so it shouldn't get sniped too easily from a distance. That's the idea of that. Also, more armor for the block. So let's move on the inside. Both are mirrored. We come up to an airlock. Sealed, sealed, and sealed. So everything should be pressurized minus one deck, which is not pressurized because that deck's hell. So both mirrored onto what is the bridge. So most of this is just bare bones placement. It'll be ripped out, whatever you need. Should be simple enough to get the gist. You've got some workstations, some screens, sort of a meeting area, like a sort of a yes, here's the map. And then you've got the main operational bridge section. So there's a lot of space, a lot of if you've got the right mods, you can also fill it out a lot better than I did. Default, you're a little bit limited, but I will. And you have what is the bridge? Biggest window ever. I don't know. It's just sort of it's a bit of a compromise at the bridge, to be fair, because it's a bit of a cinematic tendency to have large open glass, which it is. And so the weakest part of the bridge is the bridge itself. I mean, the weakest part of the bridge, the weakest part. Speaking, yes, the weakest part of the ship is the bridge, because yes, glass windows. Also, the roof is like the thinnest part of the ship, which is like a block and a half of heavy armor. So, yes, but if you're using mods, shields, or whatever. Besides, it can take a bit of a hit. It's not weak. Also, that depends if you build a CIC in this, which it doesn't have, but you could probably put a cockpit down here and build a roof over this and have a CIC. But depends what you want. Let's carry on to, so this is the copy of the walkway. We'll go around here. I'm just hoping this looks smooth on the recording. Oh, smooth enough. We have another airlock. Are we going to the main stairwell? So the stairwell, which I don't know why that's there. Huh. Alright, there's a bit of a catwalk there, which I think is not mirrored on the other side, which is kind of funny, but you know, ah well, details. And so you can, there's a ladder shaft, so you can climb down and sort of get off all levels. It's a little bit complicated, but spiral staircase for you. So this is the gun deck as I depressurize. There is vents in here actually, so it could pressurize if there wasn't a leak. And the leak is God knows where. This is like pipe hell. I've got oxygen tanks fitting around, hydrogen H2 generators, jump drives. This is, yeah, the gun deck because all these pipes lead to the guns. Basically, this is the deck where you shove the stuff no one wants to see. It's your engineering, it's your maintenance, it's your... I'm going to slap something ugly in here. And also you got one of the main cargo containers. There's a second one somewhere. I believe it's down, if I remember correctly. This place is a little bit of a nightmare. That's why it's the unwanted deck. So we go down to this deck, which is a lot nicer. I even painted bright red, just blinding red. So we have a bit of a lobby. All crew compartments are generally the same here. You know, you got your window, you got your bed. Didn't put that being orange. Yep, desk, bed, couch. That's not a bed, that's a bed, that's a couch. That's a bit sensitive, there we go. And generally it's the same. As you can see. Boing. Which is the same both sides. It's mirrored. You have a cargo container access. Oh, that connects to the system. Got the two vents. Gravity generator. We go up here. This is mirrored also. So we have the medical chamber. You know, scanning. Don't know why the desks. It's very much. I was thinking if the ship was jumping, you would want desks for all the people who work here to sit down. And then it's sort of some weird judgmental medical sense, really. Yes, you will be scanned. But oh well, it's just more seating. And sort of it was kind of like a reception desk. It was the idea, and it sort of turned into this. So God knows, it's like I said, if you had mods, you could probably more appropriate things to fit in both sides of these. But oh well. We have some more crew compartments. A bit nicer. Also, two beds. And it's sort of just livable habitat, they're all the same. We have a bit of a gathering spots here, sort of you can feel special and talk here, or you can go down a level and be the grunt that looks up at the person having a speech. Also, we have a gun range. I'll grab a gun if I'm being blind, here we go. Not an RPG. I have a gun range, so yeah, gun range. With a bit of glass behind to protect the lights. So, that's generally the front half of the ship done. Both sides of the mirror, just keep it simple. We have a large door with a bit of a corridor with some more crew quarters, but more engineering. We've got a lab in here. More, I say nicer, a bit more specialised, just more unique. But you could probably actually feel like if it's crew in here, we've got a battery. I see the mirroring's cocked up here because the other side there's actually control panels. Ooh, whoops. Anyway. Aha. Right, so we've got another cargo support. Even as high this time, we've got small reactors. Ventilation. Oh god, I just bounced off the door. Go this way. And you reach a very tight space, and the main reactor. So more or less, the blast doors are here to try and reinforce the armour, because I think this is pretty weak. but more or less it's fairly safe. I did with a battle test before, the reactors were perfectly fine, even after trying to railgun them. Everything's like sealed, so we should be golden. So yeah, reactor room, mod cargo access, shelves. It's tight, it's cramped, but it gets the point across. And there's actually an interior on this ship, so you know, improvement for me. Yay! I bothered with an interior. Oop. Right, I believe this deck is being completely shown off. Let's go down a deck. So I should get the ladder. Ugh. So see, we've got ladder. Takes you down, up and down. Kind of quicker way, but it's just a nice option. We've got vents, another cargo section. Looks and a bit of functionality was into this, minus the bridge, which is more leaning towards looks than functionality, sadly. Because, like I said, it's probably the weakest part of the ship that's not been armoured. And we have the lower supporting hangars, as it is a frigate. It doesn't need to carry that much, but it can, which is a nice feature, which I shall show you by chucking some things in here. So, since this is probably roughly the length, as I'm trying to angle myself here, and up we chuck her. So, like I said, ideally this could, unless you're going to heavily modify this, which it can be. Like I said, the interior is more or less squared off. For the aim, that modification should be, well, I say pretty easy. Shouldn't be difficult, it's quite dark in here to be fair. Probably forgot lights. But it's a hangar, who cares? You're depressurized anyway, half the time. And so yeah, another... If you can't see what I'm doing, there we go. And there you go, we're bang. So, you can chuck a miner in here, you can chuck support craft. Whee! So we've got another miner. Hell, you could probably just chuck. Don't have to put it in there, you could probably just chuck a ceiling because these are blast doors. There we go. Chuck that in there, grab the fighter. Just pointing out that even though the hangars are quite small. Oh crap. And I can't fly for the life of me. Oh, wait. I see, it's overloading like hell. And gyros are absolutely nuts on this thing. So if you don't absolutely just whack a ship and break it in half, you can fit. Due to the generous space for a small hangar, you can probably fit a couple of ships in here. Perhaps landing craft, drop pods, God knows. It's like this is quite. I mean, I think width-wise, is it going to fit at least? So, like I said, you probably fit a drop pod or something like that, even in just a doorway. That's really sneaky. You could probably do some weird angle shenanigans and squeeze something like daft like this in, which doesn't actually fit in the size of space I've given it, but optimizing the literal all of the space you can. Am I upside down? I don't know. Probably am. Yes, I am. You can chuck in some stuff. Yes. There we go. It's not the biggest space in the world, but you can chuck some stuff in here, which is golden. So jump drive capable, small hangar capable, large line pad, guns galore, and yeah, that was the Spartan Frigate. So there's your quick tour. Oh, there's actually a railgun in the front as well to point out the game doesn't freeze. Anyway, yes, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, It's a boat. No, it's not a boat, it's a ship. For what is a 98% one-day build, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, here.